All right, it's time for another garden update, so let's look around, see what we have. We might as well show the raised bed while we're here. Everything in it is doing really well. Even have peppers on some of the pepper plants. That's Midwest Midnight Eclipse 2.0. Then we have a Midwest Kansas Chaos. It's got little purple peppers on it. Then we've got some candy stick peppers. That one's loaded. And we've got a couple of eggplants, one on each end. This one is a Matoyo. One on the other end is one called Real Black. But everything's doing really well. Even the one single strawberry plant that I stuck down on this end is starting to spread and fill out. And I even put a few worms in this bed. The variegation's starting to show up on some of the corn. You can see some of them even have pink in the leaves, but everything's looking pretty well so far. I still have to thin some out though. Everything in the green stalk planter is doing well. I just did a video on just the green stalk planter, so if you want to know more details about that, I'll put a link down in the description to that video. Got peppers over here between the garlic, and the garlic, if you look close, has scapes that are ready to be harvested, so I need to get on that. Last year we made some garlic scape pesto, and that turned out really well. Of course, you need basil for that. There's some basil, and then we have lots of basil on the other end of the garden. We have more peppers over here. This is an accidental cross. It was supposed to be a candy sticks, but I saw it didn't have variegation, so I grew it anyway, thinking it might be a cross. And when I saw the blooms had purple edges, I knew it was a cross then. As you can see, the peppers have a purple tint. They're pretty long, so we'll see how they turn out. Hopefully they'll taste good. We've got more peppers down here on the other side of the garlic, and a tomato at the end of that row, some more basil. The cucumbers are ready to be thinned. I keep thinking about it, but I never seem to get around to it. Those are China Jade cucumbers. Those are our favorite. I was going to show you this one pepper plant over here. This is our cross between a Jimmy Nardello and a Courbaki, and it has quite a few little peppers on it, and still putting out blooms and setting on more peppers. Along the edge of the garden we have some Swiss chard growing. They're doing pretty well, just now starting to take off. That one's really doing well. A few more pepper plants. And we have some tender green bush beans. Oh, looks like something knocked that one over. Hope it survives. Got one really late one coming up. There's a bare spot there. I don't know if they're ever going to come up or not. I might stick something in there. We got a single kale plant there. Some rattlesnake pole beans. Some of our tomato crosses here. Another one over there in that cage. Then on this trellis we have Monte Gusto pole beans. They're doing pretty well. They're just now starting to grow a little bit. We have a tomato over here called Dark Stripe Micro. It's a multiflora. The trusses on them sometimes will have over 100 blooms. They haven't opened yet, but you can see what it's going to look like. Then we have a ping tongue eggplant over here that I bought. Another Swiss chard, some tomatoes. That little purple plant right there is an amaranth that came up volunteer. A couple of little ones down here. The silage tarp that I put over the top of the garden did an excellent job at killing weed seeds. But some things just weren't bothered by it, like the amaranth and a few other weeds. But if you look at the garden, I haven't really done any weeding, and it looks pretty good for almost getting it up to June, I think. Normally I would have crabgrass growing everywhere by now, so I really like what the silage tarp did for the garden. We have some more tomato crosses. Some of these down on this end are more like the classic dwarf look. They've got the broad, heavy leaves, kind of wrinkly and bumpy looking. Then on the very end here, I have a Rosella purple. I grew several last year. I had one that outproduced the other one by a lot, so I saved seeds from that one. And we'll see if it carries over, if it's genetic at all. There's good sized tomato. You can see the difference. Those are from the same cross. Much different look. This one's from the same cross as this one. Much different look. Got basil in between the tomato plants. There's some more amaranth that I haven't pulled. I have noticed that the weed seeds did come up where I disturbed the soil to plant things. But other than that, the weeds have not been too much of a problem yet. Down here we have the oregano, big patch of it. We have a bronze fennel there. Go around this pole. Have some, it's a hollyhock there. Got a whole bunch of volunteer amaranth over there. I'll have to take a hoe to this area. There's a little sage plant growing. Then we have the regular fennel back there. And then we have the straw bale with the sweet potatoes growing in it. Those are just now starting to look better, so I think they're going to take off soon, especially once it starts to warm up into the 80s, which will be about another 10 days or so from now, according to the weather people. I stuck some ginger in this grow bag. None of it started to sprout yet. The sugar and snap peas are starting to produce quite a few blooms. And we have one pea, if I can find it. Oh, there it is over there. Already have one pea. Looking forward to those. Those are really great tasting pea. They produce pretty well. And you can grow them in a grow bag. Potatoes are looking a little light green, like they need something, but it's going to rain this weekend. I'll see what that does to them. It usually perks everything up. Got some beets in that grow bag. I put some more seeds around the edge because they didn't come up well, so hopefully they'll catch up with the ones that are already growing. I had one of my blueberries didn't make it already, so I bought a well-established one. It's already got tiny berries on it. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully I won't kill that. Lots of peppers, more potatoes. I've got something eating the potatoes in this grow bag, probably slugs or roly-polies. I never see anything, so I'm thinking maybe slugs. But I'm going to put some diatomaceous earth on the plants. Of course, it's going to rain, so that'll wash that off. Another potato in a pot. More peppers. That one's got a little pepper on it. Some of them are getting little peppers on them. We have a mutant pepper in this pot, or this grow bag. For those of you who have never seen a mutant pepper, as you can see, the leaves are completely different. And the interesting thing about this grow bag is all three of these plants, even though they look completely different, came from the same pepper. It just had a few seeds in it, and this is what I ended up with. We've got carrots in these grow bags ready to be thinned. A couple of my tomato crosses. One interesting thing about some of these variegated tomatoes, if you look at the stems, where they're variegated, the stems are pink instead of green. I thought that was interesting. This plant is only about 4 or 5 inches tall. This is a really interesting one here. It grew to this height, produced 3 trusses of blooms at the top, and doesn't have a growth tip there, so there's nothing left to grow. And it started sending out suckers. I think there are probably 5 suckers, 6 maybe. And all of the suckers terminated like this one did in trusses of blooms. So I don't know if it's going to grow anymore or not. We'll see. Here's some micro tomatoes. The Jocalos, they get ripe earlier than the rest of them. I got 2 ready to pick right there. Then we have some Siam. Lots of tomatoes on it. And then a Vilma. There's quite a few tomatoes on that one also. Then some more of my tomato crosses over here in pots. I put this one in a little pot just to see what it would do. Then we have the fig I need to transplant and our single banana that survived. That plant has been going for, I'm not sure, about 6 years or so. And this year I didn't cover it or mulch it or anything. I only had 1 sprout come up. So we'll see how it does. See if it survives this coming winter. Be sure and let us know how your garden's doing. If you're just now finding this channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.